Okay, just follow up here on the John Deere 336 baler, and these I posted a video here about this fix right here of putting in these bushings. Let me see if I can get down here on a 1/2-inch rod, and then you weld them to this piece, the support right here in the baler, and then you washer them, put a washer in there, cotter pin them, and you're good to go. So I've got 700 and almost 760 bales, hasn't missed a knot. And you'll notice that I'm running just standard stuff right here, and even on here on my Tucker fingers and whatnot. These are old Tucker fingers. Yeah, and even these here, they're even kind of beat up. Did have to put some hardware on right here. But so I mean, I can't say enough about if your knotters are good and you're tying good, or one side or the other might not be tying, I would definitely check your hay dogs. And here's a hay dog right here. And then the other one, of course, is right there. And then you have one down here on the bottom. A lot of guys forget about this one up under here on the bottom. And you'll see them right there. He's right, that piece. See if I can get over here. And it's right there. So these all need to be up. Jesus. They all need to be, when your bale comes out, they all need to be up to let the bale out, and they all need to go down at the same time. If you have one that's hanging up or not, you're probably gonna break a tie going out of here. Now I have mine, my springs right here, I have them set to 40 millimeters on both sides. And that 40 millimeters is from the top of this nut to the bottom of this right here. And I'm running a 36-inch bale, and I'm in a grass mix, and pretty much grass really, and that's pulling me out about a 55, 58 pound bale. That's what you'll get. I'm in some pretty dry stuff right now, and you'll see this one's just getting ready to tie, and I'm getting ready to go out and do some field cleanup and take care of that. But let me give you another real good shot of what this looks like down in here. See if I can do it without making a big mess here. But so there's a bushing right here on this side, and then there's a bushing on this side, and they're actually, I guess they're called collars, and they fit really super, just a real nice fit on there, nice and snug. And that's all it really takes, is that it takes a washer on this side and a washer on that side, and then a washer on this side and a washer on that side, and then a washer on the far side. And that gives you the fit that you're looking for to get the cotter pin in on both sides. And then you can slide this thing down in here. The thing of it is that when you get these collars are like $5. And then you can get this 1/2 inch, you can go down to your metal supplier and he'll give you that if you want to then drill them, or you can go to John Deere and they'll sell you one there, and they're not very much. I think I've got about $25 in this right here. So, and as I had mentioned in the last video, I had to put these big flat washers on here. Prior to my ownership, this support right here had been bent, and it was a booger, and had to get a big pipe and so on and get it beat back straight. And that's another thing you'll want to know, is that if this is bowed, no matter how good this is down in here, you might have play going on there with your Tucker fingers. I'm sorry, not your Tucker fingers, but with your hay dogs. One other thing is that, let me see. Yeah, it's kind of dark back in there. But anyway, I put new springs on back in there, and it's really a pretty simple deal. And not a bad gig right there. So that's kind of what this is. I'm fixing to get out there and do some more. But you'll just see it there is the rod goes in. You slide those on one end, and then you just have to kind of work that down in there and assemble it. Once you get it assembled, then you weld it in place. And you can tell that I'm not an outstanding welder by any means, but this is held. Excuse me. And that's all you need. And just a couple little spot welds, because if they ever do pop, then they're easier to grind out of there and get out. So that's what I got going there. One other thing, let me get up here, see how these are doing. Oh yeah. So you'll notice that these get a lot of play in them, in these bearings or bushings right here, and you'll get them. And they're not expensive, but when you put them on, they probably aren't going to fit right, because over the years, the metal has worn away here on this shaft. Well, you can get another one. There's some out there. It's quite a job. What I did, and if you can see it right here, you'll kind of see this gray stuff on right here. And what I did is I took, this past winter when I was rebuilding this, is I put metal set, a metal epoxy, and I made a little, out of an old set of these bushings right here. You smear that stuff on there, and it adheres there, and you can sand it and you can do what you want, and it's worked beautifully. And I'll never buy another set of these again, because even these are wearing. The wear is actually coming down on this metal piece, and there's a big ridge in there, and so you had to fill that back in. And so it worked really well. I'll do a video on it one of these days, and you have just a little bit of play in there. And this has been running for 700 bales, and I used the old bushings right here, so they had a little bit of play, but they're working great. And you'll see the other one's really snug, and he's not doing anything. So it might be a once a year deal that I have to smear a little bit of that on there and you're good to go. But I haven't had any breakdowns this year, so that's been fantastic. So I hope this helps. And one last shot of it down there. And we'll get out and get some more baling done.